Hello everyone, Amadeus here. Today is a regular day for vast majority of people, but for me, it's a truly important day. Why is that? It's been exactly 8 years since I first set foot here in Taiwan. That's right, lots of things have happened since then, and I have spent countless hours thinking about that, what motivated me to stay. From all my experiences, travels, studies, stories I have read, and research I have done, Taiwan is my favorite place in this planet. Hence today, I'm here on this special day with my very special video, 8 reasons why Taiwan is my favorite country in the world. So let's unfold the secrets. If you travel abroad, especially when people spot it from your appearance, you'll walk on the street in tourist areas and people will greet you saying, "Welcome to," here is the name of the country, "my friend." Usually it means they want to sell something to you, invite you to their business, or even in worst cases, they want to scam you. So I would be very alerted hearing that phrase. After 8 years in Taiwan, I keep hearing "welcome to Taiwan," but it has completely different meaning here. Taiwanese people are genuinely friendly and they are welcoming to you. They're happy you visit or live in their country. The people here were hospitable to extreme. I got invited to barbecues by strangers or had tea at the police station. When I'm alone at the train station, even though I have no luggage and I'm just waiting to pick someone up, people will come up and ask, "Hey, any chance are you lost? Can I help you?" When I hitchhike around the island, I wouldn't have to wait more than few minutes for each ride, and even if people were going elsewhere, they would offer me a trip to the train station and buy me tickets, which I politely refuse, which is difficult. When I go to a restaurant, the owner would ask if I can use chopsticks. Even if I make sure I can use chopsticks, they still bring fork and knives just to be sure that I can consume my food hassle-free. It is pretty common that locals approach you here, say hello, where are you from? And those are not isolated experiences. This friendliness in Taiwan goes on and on. I have never visited a country where people want to go out of their own way to help you, and that's not only my opinion because lots of expats living here agree with me. That's why I'm confident Taiwanese are the nicest people in the world. Some people say it's a matter of Chinese culture, warm and hospitable, viewing interpersonal relationships above money and interest. But if you visit Hong Kong, China, or other Chinese-speaking countries, you will know Taiwan is more than that. I met friendly people from countless places around the world, but Taiwanese friendliness is above them all. Taiwan has also excellent customer service. Perhaps in this matter, only Japan can compete with Taiwan. Some people would say, "Oh, they treat you nice because they look at you and they know you're a foreigner." But when I hear stories from my wife, my Taiwanese friends, their families, you can notice that exceptional customer service is a daily part of everyone's lives here. If you go to any place where people offer you goods or services, it feels like it's a niceness competition. Any request, as long as they're rational, are usually fulfilled, but in most cases you don't even have to ask. People foresee what you need and they're ready to help you. Or perhaps they can read my mind. Oh my god, they can read my mind. I need to be careful what I think of. Someone once said, in Western countries, the customer is always right, but in Taiwan, the customer is a god. Food is such a big part of the local culture. For culinary reasons, Taiwan is a must-see spot for any foodies from all over the world. Very often, simple ingredients can transform into a scrumptious meal that will leave you wanting more and more. People who are visiting Taiwan for the first time are mind-blown because of the selection and variety of foods. And how does it work for a person who actually lives here for so long? Am I ever bored? Not really. Even though I come from the country that has completely different culinary traditions, I have found many meals here in Taiwan I really enjoy on a daily basis. I enjoy cooking myself, but eating out brings lots of joy to my taste buds. It's easy to adapt for the outsider. There are so many local meals that are just great in their simplicity and unbeatable in taste. I come from a place where sausage and bread are essential part of breakfast. I can live on danbin or rice balls without any regrets for days. I've met a few foreigners that were claiming that they cannot get used to the local food, or they say they cannot find anything tasty. Then I invited them to go out with me, show them some meals I love. Needless to say, they admitted to their mistakes. I usually eat out at least once a day, and I pick from any type of food. Apart from the local Chinese style cuisine, there is a great selection of any Asian foods, from which Japanese, Korean, nothing beats good bibimbap, and Thai are probably the best. Talking of Japanese, Taiwan, because of its history, proximity, and strong ties, probably serves the best Japanese food outside of Japan. It is very easy to find sushi, ramen, curry, teppanyaki, or Japanese barbecue houses. But in Taiwan, you can find any kind of American, European, Turkish, Mexican, Indian, and the list goes on. Another important thing, and this serves to anything sold and offered in Taiwan, you can pick your price tag. You can find gourmet restaurants where you can spend thousands of dollars, Taiwan dollars, per dinner. You can also find medium range where you can usually spend between 200 to 400 Taiwanese dollar per meal per person, or you can fill up your belly with rice, lunch boxes, dumplings, and that's gonna cost you less than 50, 60 Taiwan dollar per meal. It all depends on the situation you're in your life and how much you can dedicate for food expenses, but most importantly, you have choice when you're in Taiwan. Another beautiful thing about here is the convenience. Some shops are open in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening, some are even open 24 hours. Recently, the food delivery businesses is booming in Taiwan, and Uber Eats and Food Panda are flooding the streets. You can visit restaurants, you can eat food from the street stands, food trucks, you can go to the night market for taste hunting. There are countless options and it's really hard to find an excuse not to use any of them. Sometimes I feel very spoiled when I think about how great, affordable and easily available food is part of my everyday life, but what can I do? I just eat more to forget about this. Taiwan is a rather small country. Area-wise, it's a bit bigger than Belgium and smaller than Switzerland. If I decide to drive around the island right now, I could make it probably in 8 to 10 hours and be back with you. But that being said, don't get misled by those numbers. Taiwan encompasses very diversified landscapes, blue ocean views on one side, green mountains on the other side, with the sea of clouds hanging above. You can find pristine beaches similar to the ones in Philippines, cliffs reminding you of Scotland, rice fields, tea plantation, banana trees, and so on. Moreover, Taiwan is a volcanic island, and the natural hot springs are a big part of the nature and also local culture. My family, while visiting Taiwan, absolutely love Beitou. It's good for your body, it's good for your soul, and wherever you are in Taiwan, you probably won't need to drive more than 1 hour to find natural hot springs in your area. There are even seawater hot springs on one of the outlying islands. Talking of islands, Taiwanese are spoiled with a selection of them. You can take a short trip to Penghu, Xiaoliuqiu, or islands on the east coast, and you will be rewarded with more breathtaking sights. But there is also another thing about Taiwan that not many people mention. It's located in the middle of Asia. Taoyuan Airport is well connected to other neighboring countries, and within hours you can be in Japan, Korea, Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, name it. This is very convenient if you like to travel to those places for a short time, and also it's friendly for your budget because you can find attractive deals for all those places. There are endless possibilities when it comes to activities you can do here in Taiwan. I could name like, I don't know, 100 to do easily. Go and try tomato beef noodles, or have a hot pot, or sushi, or fried rice, or seafood, or whatever. Just get some food. Drink delicious oolong tea at the local tea house. Visit the local market and get the best deals for fruit. Get a traditional massage at the night market. Wake up in the middle of night and go to the fish market and get best deal for sashimi. Go to Chinese medicine doctor and ask for acupuncture. Join temple events and witness crazy fireworks shows during the daylight. Go hiking in the mountain and get mugged by a gang of local monkeys. Try snorkeling and swimming with turtles. Have a shaved ice with mangoes. Rent a city bike and cycle around. Play badminton with locals and lose with the kids that are half of your size. Go to the beach and chill. Sit on the HSR and look at the world in a window passing at the speed of 300 km per hour. Try a local swimming pool with water massage and other facilities. Have a barbecue with your friends. Go to KTV and have some drinks. Okay, I think it's enough, but you see where I'm going with it. There are countless things you can do here in Taiwan, and the sky is the limit. Hence, I'm never bored here. Lots of those activities were new to me and I had never tried them before arriving. It's very important to keep yourself open-minded because beautiful things can happen. You can discover something that you love, even if at the first sight you were reluctant to do so. I'm extremely happy with hiking and other outdoor activities because their value is priceless for your health and general happiness, and that wasn't part of my life before, but now I find it essential. Here is a question to you. Where do you think you can find the most Chinese imperial artifacts and artworks? As a fact, the National Palace Museum in Taipei has the largest collection of its type in the world. If you want to learn about Chinese culture, Taiwan is the best in the world to do so. You can find gorgeous temples with colorful parades and interesting events. Some of them are really jaw-dropping, like the Beehive Festival in Yanshui. I mean, people literally shoot fireworks at each other. I have been to many weddings, and some of the local traditions are beautiful, hilarious, and entertaining at the same time. I mean, have you ever seen a groom eating wasabi sandwiches and pole dancing to get the hand of the beloved one? Even though a lot of people speak English here, you can survive easily speaking the language of Shakespeare in your everyday life, but it's a bad idea. Taiwan is probably the best place where you can learn Chinese in the whole world. First of all, local pronunciation of Mandarin is very soft and pleasant to the ears. Secondly, they use traditional writing that keeps all the secrets and ancient meanings and mysteries in it. And the locals are very helpful. Even if you make mistakes, they will have lots of patience and encourage you to learn more. And for me, learning Chinese, it's such an amazing experience. Taiwan, again, even if it's not huge, it has a quite huge impact on the world and economy around. There are many world-known brands and products that have origin here. Computer components, automation, yachts, I can name way more than that. Probably, if you watch this video on the other side of the planet and you take apart the device you use, whatever it is, tablet, phone, or a computer screen, there is a high chance that you will find quite a lot of components that say made in Taiwan in it. Taiwan gives you a lot of opportunities to work in any industry. If you want to be your own boss, it's very doable here. All the paperwork and bureaucracy is straightforward, rules are simple, and the government won't really bother you unless you do something very illegal or harmful for others. The population density is really high, so whatever service you offer, you will find lots of potential clients in your neighborhood. There are countless mom-and-pop shops, and you can become an owner yourself. You can also earn extra money due to gig economy. If you have any talent or you want to do side business, like repair drones, be an actor, work as a makeup artist at weddings, there are countless options, and I'm sure everybody can find something that they like to do and earn money on the side. Taiwan is self-reliable. Lots of things are locally made and give jobs to the local economy, but also things are affordable. In general, you can live very well here on a reasonable salary and budget. There are definitely a lot of rich people in Taiwan, but the gap between rich and poor is not very visible, as poverty doesn't seem like a serious problem. Taiwan is a developed country with a very strong economy, and everyone who is talented or hardworking doesn't have to worry about his living or future here. When it comes to safety, Taiwan looks better than most of the developed countries, and it feels better here as well. During my 8 years, I have never felt threatened, worried about my safety or about my belongings. In fact, even if you leave keys on your bike, leave your house door open, or forget your cell phone in a park, restaurant, you don't really need to worry. Actually, it's quite the opposite. People will take care of your belongings, wait for you, and hand them when you arrive. There's no such a thing as bad neighborhoods. Nobody will key your car because you didn't give them change. You don't need to be worried about your safety, and that includes female solo travelers, believers of any religion, sexual minorities. In fact, Taiwan is the first country in Asia that legalized same-sex marriage. Even though the country is located in an area prone to typhoons and, seismological activities, the government and people take very serious measures to avoid any possible accidents, and they are very good at it. From the engineering point of view, you can visit Taipei 101. At the time when it was built, it was the tallest building in the world, and see how well it can survive any natural difficulties here. Since the COVID-19 outbreak, the government has very serious measures to prevent it, and results are astonishing, even being so proximate to the source of the virus and difficulties in obtaining vaccination thanks to a difficult neighbor. Taiwan has proven successfully that it can protect its people and the economy. Thanks to SARS experience in 2003, 14-day quarantine, contact tracing, wearing masks, temperature checks, and alcohol disinfection, Taiwan is probably the most successful example of how to tackle a global pandemic. And even though countries such as New Zealand got lots of attention, Taiwan, in my humble opinion, did it the best. Okay, this video is supposed to talk about 8 things, and since it's hard for me to pick number 8, I will leave you liberty for you. So, is it the good weather, the healthcare, developed transportation, success with handling COVID, as I was mentioning briefly before, or perhaps because Taiwan is my home and it's where my family and my friends live? Write me a comment and let me know what do you think. What should I add or remove from my list? Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please hit that little thumb up. That helps creators a lot. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see me more often, and goodbye everyone!